Hi everyone, welcome to the Daily Vlog.
So on your iPhone, what third-party apps do you have on it?
Well, yeah, the big news today is, of course, that there are going to be third-party apps for the iPhone, not hacked third-party apps, but actually supported by Apple. Steve Jobs just announced minutes ago that they're going to have an SDK for third-party apps, probably out around February.
It wasn't an exact date?
No exact date. He said basically it's taken them a long time to come up with a solution that's both secure and won't, allow for third-party apps that will,
Well, they have to have the first two parties.
Yeah.
The first party was when they released it.
So yeah, there's going to be some sort of security model and stuff, and application signatures. It doesn't really matter because there's plenty of, once it's open up, there's plenty of good third-party software companies that will probably develop really cool apps, including some of the ones that are already out there that'll probably then be adapted for the iPhone. Mm-hmm. So we got a while to wait, but boy, it's going to be interesting what's going to come out after that.
So that basically makes the iPhone the Apple Palm Top?
Yes, I would say so.
There's
especially if hardware can come into play with it, because it's got a really good port. The dock is a really good, interesting port. They should be able to make things like keyboards and cameras and video cameras and all this sort of thing with, or even external memory storage, things like that. So
that would be the HDK.
Yeah. But so then you figure, boy, there'll be all sorts of companies coming out with specialized applications for this. They'll cost money, I'm sure. Almost all of them will.
Just like for the iPod, there are.
Sure. And the iPod Touch is included in this, by the way. It said iPhone and iPod Touch. But I mean, you think so? Inventory type devices with barcode scanners, or devices that doctors and nurses can use in hospitals.
Not the probe, not the iPhone probe.
No, but and then of course stuff that cool PDA type apps for you and me, maybe even media type applications that could do cool things, or web surfing stuff. There's even there's that cool third-party app that does is that virtual GPS that uses cell phone towers to locate where you are. And those things will be able to become official third-party apps you can buy and will be supported by a company.
So the eMate 2 is probably not going to happen.
No. I'm thinking this looks pretty good. And boy, I think this is such the right thing for Apple to do. I think this device is going to become so incredibly powerful once third-party apps are allowed. So by the end of 2008. After third-party apps have been allowed most of the year, I mean, there was just going to be some incredible applications for this device.
So let's say that the price is now what?
$400.
$400.
Yeah.
Okay, and so and there's all this talk about the $100 laptop, and so could this be the $400 laptop for third countries' education and that sort of application?
Interesting. No, I don't think so. No, I think the compactness and the multi-touch screen, it's not quite. You could make for what the third world countries are using these things for, mostly for education and communication. You could certainly go with cheaper parts and have for a larger device. You sacrifice size, but these things I think just are going to become incredible PDAs. I think Apple has a opportunity with the iPhone and iPod Touch, plus third-party applications, to just totally take over the PDA and cell phone market. I mean, there's been so much development, and they haven't even allowed third-party apps for the iPhone. So much development up to this point. Can you imagine? Once it's there's a real SDK out there, how much there's going to be. They're going to blow past all of the other. I mean, there aren't like that many people developing for the other phones. I mean, there's a few companies with business plans and ideas, and they put them in. But the iPhone is just all these rabid developers, just hungry to build things and experiment. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful.
I guess I'm still not convinced as a user. Maybe if they had a rental program where I could rent one and get addicted to it. If I could rent an iPhone for a week and then say, well, does this make my life that much better or that much easier? I think
Apple would probably rather wait until people like you realize that all of your friends have iPhones, and then you just cave in and get one.
Well, it was like I held off on iPods until the video iPod came out because
and now
that
you
was
love it.
but the video was the killer app for me. Before that,
right. Well, now third parties can come out with killer apps daily. So who knows when the one's going to hit for you? Third party apps are on
coming in February.
Coming in February.